welcome back to the 30-day Uke course. Thank you to everyone who is using the hashtag uploading videos and sharing them on the Facebook and the Instagram group. It is really fun to see. If you are just joining us, this is a continuation lesson from one that we learned. I'll add the card over here so that you can see it. So basically what we're doing is we're playing C this way now, which is a barred version of C. And then we're playing D minor this way and F this way. And so if you have not yet mastered that, go to that lesson first or pause here and work on those, because today we're going to be muting using those chords. I will also come back to the simple version of those chords so that you can work on that as well, but we really need those bar chords. Okay, enough of an intro, let's get started. Let's go to the new C chord that you learned, and I would like for you to put your fingers on top of the strings, but just ever so gently. So pretend these are the strings. You're putting your fingers just right on top, right on top. Don't use the thumb to tighten on them. I don't want them to ring. I want it to get that Pac-Man sound. Okay, so I don't want this. No, I want this. So now that you have that mute, give me eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now we're going to kind of swing them a little bit. Okay, you hear it? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. It's a little bit of a groove. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, pause real quick. Now what I want you to do is to do this, but we're only gonna squeeze or tighten on 2. It will sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3. Okay, together. 1 and 2 and ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4. So what you're doing right now is called the left hand mute. That's because you're not using the right hand to mute. It's happening here with this hand by not tightening, by not squeezing, by not making those strings ring. You're muting. So right now I want you to practice that a little bit more, and then we're gonna add another time where we're squeezing. So here we go. 1 and 2 and ready, go. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. This time, let's only squeeze on 4. So it'll be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay? Here we go. 1 and 2 and ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 more time. Okay, so now you know where I'm going. If you've been my student for long enough. Now we're going to do both 2 and 4, and it'll sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, here we go. 1 and 2 and ready, go. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so the reason why we were learning this form of C chord is because it's not as easy to do it on this form of C chord. We can by releasing the ring finger. It's still there, but I'm not pressing, I'm muting, and then using the middle index or just one of those to mute. One and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And I will teach you that a little later in the video, but I wanted to teach you this way because I think this way is a little bit more controlled. So now let's go to the D minor and do it there. So basically you have your entire finger, the index finger, doing the mute, and then you bring the ring finger down to do the chord. If you have enough control of your fingers and you can leave the ring finger there and just tighten at the right time, that's cool too. But if not, you can kind of lift it off a little bit. and just bring it down for the squeeze. Okay, so find a way that really works for you. Ideally you want to have the hand look nice and curved, so you don't want it to stick out like this. That's a really tense hand. We don't want a tense hand, we want a relaxed hand. Okay, so 5th fret, ring finger on the 7th fret, and let's do 2 and 4. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4, and 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 2 and 3 and 4, and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. This is a great exercise for mastering the bar chords. And if you can talk as you do it, that's even more amazing. I clearly can't. Okay, so let's practice the switch from C to D. Because that is like a magical moment in and of itself, because you have that mute to switch over, but even though it's nice you have the mutes, you also have to keep that index finger on the strings and not tightening or not opening so it doesn't ring. So we'll do it this way, okay? Sorry, I'm thinking as I'm saying it. So what we'll do is 2 bars of C and then 2 bars of D minor. Here we go. We'll do it a little slower, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. And slide. Try again. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Now let's go from D minor to F. Okay, so 2 bars of D minor and 2 of F. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, D minor, go. Again, 1, 2, 1, 2, D minor, go. 1, 2, my bad. 1, 2, D minor, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 2 and 3 and 4. And now let's practice the switch from F to C. So starting on F, we'll do 2 bars and then 2 bars of C. 1, 2 on F. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and C. Okay, so let me talk you through that one real quick. So we have the F, and then I immediately go to the C position and then slide into it on the 3rd fret. So when I'm on the F, as soon as I can, with my index finger on the 4th fret, even though it's not going to stay there, I go to that position so that I can mute and then I can just arrive. If you need to pause the video here to practice getting into that position, of course, please pause here, but you also have it as a homework assignment. So after the video, you have your own time to do it. So let's go from F to C. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now let's practice going through the whole cycle. You can do this. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Keep going. Okay, now I would like to teach you the different left hand mute. Like let's say that you haven't mastered the bar chords, or it's still really difficult, or you're feeling a lot of tension, or you just want to learn how to do it the other way. So we did a little brief introduction earlier. What we're going to do is have the C chord and then use, I like to use both middle ring, just because using one looks a little awkward to me, so I use both of them lying across. And I relax the ring finger so it's not really squeezing. And then when I press down on C, these two lift. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3. Look up real quick, look at my ring finger. You see that tension? Even the pinky is responding to it. You might find that this way is easier. And that's because there's already a finger on each string to mute it. And here we only have one finger, and so we're having to kind of cheat our way to it. Okay, now let's go to D minor. And so the way to make D minor muted is like, well, you have a finger on each one except A. So if we were to strum, you have that A ringing the whole time. So what I like to do is I like to rest my pinky on the 3rd fret, but anywhere works because you're never gonna press it down. So I press down on the A with my pinky, so I have a mute. And then when I play D minor, the pinky lifts off, like don't touch. Look up real quick. Watch me do it first before you try. Watch. Okay. So try it real quick. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Ah! Messed it up. Okay, and that was my cat meowing at the same time I screamed. Now let's go to F and do it there. F I think is pretty easy because you can just lay your ring and pinky over and then squeeze, like lift and squeeze. So F is a friendly one. Now doing the whole cycle is the tricky part because some fingers are muting sometimes they're not. So let's try it together. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. D minor. As I was playing, I remember my friend Yoshi likes to play C chord with the pinky there to mute this way. So if that helps you, use it. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and D minor. F. Okay, so your homework for today is to practice both left hand mute styles. The one where you have the chords up here and here. And if you're participating in the hashtags and the ukulele giveaways, then you're posting videos. Either one will work. So you can post either version. But I really would love for you to practice both of them. I think that this would be really beneficial to you. Thank you so much for participating in this challenge. Thank you for everything that you're doing. This is really exciting and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I hope that you are too. And I will see you in tomorrow's video. Sayonara!